Hello students, today we are solving the question which is based on case study. The question here is, in a metal in solid state such as copper wire, the atoms are strongly bound to the another and occupy fixed positions. Some electrons called conduction electrons are free to move in the body of the metal while the others are strongly bound to their atoms. In good conductors, the number of free electrons is very large, of the order of 10 to the power 28 electrons per cubic meter in copper. The free electrons are in random motion. Free electrons are in random motion and keep colliding with atoms. At room temperature, they move with velocity of the order of 10 to the power 5 meter per second. These velocities are completely random and there is no net flow of charge. No net flow of charge in any direction. If a potential difference is maintained between the ends of a metal wire by connecting it across a battery, an electric field is set up which accelerates the free electron. These accelerated electrons frequently collide with the atom of the conductor. As a result, they acquire a constant speed called drift speed, which is given by drift speed is equals to I upon NEA, where I is current in the conductor due to drifting electrons, N is number of free electrons per unit volume of the conductor, and A is the area of cross section of the conductor. So in this question we are given that in a metal like copper wire, some electrons are strongly bound to another atom but some are free, and the free electrons in a metal they are in a very large amount, that is of the order of 10 to the power 28 electrons per cubic meter, and these free electrons keep on moving in random motion and their velocities at room temperature is 10 to the power 5 meter per second, but there is no net flow of charge in any direction. But if we apply a potential difference across the ends of the wire, then electric field is set up and electrons accelerate. These accelerated electrons collide with atoms and they attain a constant speed called drift speed, which is given by Vd is equals to I upon NEA. So in this first question, we have to find out if no potential difference is maintained between the ends of conductor. Then option A, the free electrons are at rest. Option B, the free electrons move randomly in all directions. The option C, the rate at which electron pass through a certain cross section from right to left is equals to rate at which electron pass through it from left to right. The option D, no current flows through the conductor. So for this, we see what should be the answer. In this case, for question number 1, option B, C and D all are correct because the reason for that is the free electrons in a metal are never at rest at room temperature they move randomly in all directions, in all directions at a speed of the order of 10 to the power 5 meter per second, even when no potential difference is applied across the conductor. So in question we see we are having option B is correct, option C is correct, and option D is also correct. Now in second, choose the correct statement from the following. A. In copper, the number of free electrons is of the order of 10 to the power 22 electrons per cubic centimeter. B. At room temperature, the free electrons move with very small velocity in the absence of an electric field. C. In metals, the drift speed is of the order of few millimeters per second. And option D. In insulators, the number of free electrons is negligibly small. So in this case, we can see that in copper, the number of free electrons is of the order of 10 to the power 22 is also correct. It can go up to 10 to the power 28. At room temperature, the free electrons move with very small velocities in the absence of electric field. That is also correct. In metals, no, the speed of the electrons is not small. It is of the order of 10 to the power 5 meter per second. So option B is not correct. And then option C is in metals the drift speed is of the order of drift speed is of the order of 10 to the power minus 3 to minus 4 meter per second, that is 10 to the power millimeter per second. And in insulators the free electrons are negligible in number. So means in this case we can say in question number 2 option A is correct, option C is correct, and option D is also correct. As given in the paragraph, and we can say that these options are correct. Now in question 3, the drift speed of free electrons in conductor depend upon the material of the conductor. Option A is the material of the conductor, option B the temperature of the conductor, option C the potential difference applied across the ends of the conductor, and option D the area of cross section of the conductor. Now we see option A is material of the conductor is correct because the number of electrons will depend upon material of conductor. So more the free electrons in conductor, if there are more electrons, drift speed will decrease. If there are less electrons, the drift speed will be increased. So it depends upon material. Temperature, with rise in temperature, the drift speed also increases. So it also depends upon temperature. The potential difference applies electric field, and with electric field the velocity of drift electrons also increases. Hence it also depends upon potential difference. And cross sectional area, according to the formula, V is equals to I upon NEA. So it also depends upon cross sectional area. So we write now its answer. For question number 3, we know the formula, drift velocity is equals to I upon NEA. So it means all options are correct. All options are correct. We'll explain, because now option A, the number of free electrons that is N depends upon material. So option A is correct. Then they depend upon, secondly we are asked that temperature. So drift velocity is directly proportional to temperature. With rise in temperature, the drift velocity increases. Then potential difference. Drift velocity depends upon I, and I depends upon potential difference. So option C is also correct. And in the formula only cross-sectional area is given to us, so drift velocity is inversely proportional to cross-sectional area. So all options are correct. That is option A, B, C and D are correct. Now we see for question number 4. In question number 4, we have been given a constant potential difference is maintained between the ends of a conductor having non-uniform cross section. Which of the following, just a minute, this tick was for this D option. Which of the following quantities will not change along the length of the conductor? Option A is drift speed, option B is electric field, option C is resistance, and option D is current. So first of all we see how to solve it. So for question number 4, we know that E is equals to minus dV by dx. So drift speed and resistance, therefore drift speed, because the potential difference will change, therefore drift speed, potential difference we are given that it has been maintained but distance is changing, therefore electric field will change, therefore drift speed and resistance will change. Along the length of the conductor, because cross-sectional area is not constant. Cross-sectional area is not constant. And also since dV by dx is changing, along the length of the wire, which tells us that the electric field also change. E also changes. And now we are left with electric D option, and D option says that it is current, but current will not change. So therefore current will not change. Hence option D is correct option. D is correct. So in fourth question, our fourth option, that is D option, is correct answer. Now question 5. A current of 1 ampere flows through a copper wire. The number of free electrons passing through any cross section of the wire in 1.6 second is option A 10 to the power 19, option B 10 to the power 22, option C 10 to the power 25, option D 10 to the power 28. So we will solve for this question also. Now question number 5. In this question, we had been given that number of electrons will be charge upon charge of electron, that is equals to 1.6 upon 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, that comes out to be 10 to the power 19 electrons. Why N is coming, Q is equals to Q upon E? Because current was equals to 1 ampere and time is equals to 1.6 second and current is equals to charge upon time. Therefore, charge is equals to current into time, that is equals to 1 into 1.6. So charge is equals to 1.6 coulomb and hence 10 to the power 19 is option A. So we can say option A is correct. Option A is correct. So we go to the question back. 10 to the power 19 means option is A. So this option is correct. Now in 6th question, a uniform wire of length 2 meter and cross-sectional area 10 to the power minus 7 meter square carries a current of 1.6 ampere. If there are 10 to the power 28 free electrons per meter cube in copper, the drift speed of electron is option A 2 millimeter per second, option B 5 millimeter per second, option C 10 millimeter per second and option D 1 millimeter per second. Again we will solve for this question. Question number 6. Now in this question, we know the formula is drift velocity is equals to I upon NEA. Current is 1.6. Number of free electrons per unit volume, small n is 10 to the power 28. And charge of electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 multiplied by cross-sectional area, which is given 10 to the power minus 7. On solving this, we get this is equals to 10 to the power minus 2 meter per second, or that comes out to be 10 millimeter per second, which is option C. Therefore, option C is the correct option. Now we go back to the question. Option C is 10 millimeter per second. Now the 7th part of this question, in question 6 about the time taken by electron to drift from one end to the of the wire to the other is option A 200 seconds, option B 100 seconds, option C 20 seconds and option D 2 seconds. So we'll see what the answer will come out. Now question number 7. We have to calculate time and time will be equals to length upon drift velocity, which is equals to 2 meter. The length of the wire is given to us is 2 meter. Drift velocity just now we have calculated 10 to the power minus 2 meter per second. So on solving this we get 200 second and 200 second option A. So option A is the correct option. Now we go to the question back. So in this option A is 200 second. I hope you must have understood how to solve the questions which are based on case study. And for more further questions, do look out for my other videos, other challenging videos.